So in the last episode, we picked a completely random dinosaur park in Jurassic World Evolution 2, together with 10 random dinosaurs from a total of 110. Here's the full list if you want to screenshot it or look at it, with a couple of statistics. At the very beginning, because we started with low amounts of money, which is basically impossible, but I managed to pull us out with a couple of Dracorexes just in the right time. We also got another bankruptcy event, because I spent all of our money on more Dracorexes, and we just in that right second got a particularly bad storm. This is how the park looked like at the end of episode 1. We got the Dracorex exhibit nicely, or pretty nicely designed by my standards. The hotel area, and of course here's the Dimetrodon area with a lot of sand. No PTSD from the last episode because of the sand, not even worrying about it. This episode we are going to continue with a couple of dinosaurs from that list. You can probably guess which one it is. It's not the Apatosaurus, but we do need to unlock that to unlock the further ones. Also gonna unlock 2 rides finally. And is it the Camarasaurus? Is it the Nigersaurus? Well, remember, it's the Nigersaurus. We're gonna have this nice long exhibit. And I want to show you, I redesigned the hotel areas, I added a bunch of lights. The red ones are the zipline for the adventure lovers, the green ones are for the viewing areas. There's 2 viewing areas where they can view the Nigersauruses in the future. And the zipline goes all the way to the Dimetrodon exhibit from the hotel area, which is pretty cool. They don't need to use that extremely long path. And it's just pretty nice, you know. I added a bunch of lights, I added bunch of seating, which I would really love if I was in a dinosaur park like this. Seatings everywhere, bunch of tables, and someone's already using the zip lines over the empty exhibit. Let's send a couple of scientists. I had to send like, I don't know, like 5 different expeditions, and I still didn't, I only got like 98% Nigersaurus DNA, which is really annoying, but it was fine. I also added some stuff to the Dimetrodon exhibit. Remember, it was completely empty because I just couldn't be bothered in the last episode to finish that. It's a lot of work. In this episode, I have some really deep secrets to share with you, because I've over-designed a part of the exhibit. Not even the exhibit, but you'll see. But anyways, here's the Nigersaurus exhibit. We have a deep river with a bunch of rocks. It's alright, you know, it's nothing particularly awesome, but they do have the forest, they do have a bunch of space, and look at this awesome zipline over it. I also moved, just before releasing the Nigersaurus, the response facility and the paleomedical facility from there, because I have some plans for that you'll see in this episode, what I'm gonna put right here. You probably can guess what it is because I just researched it. If in case you didn't catch that, don't worry. Quick time event failed by the viewer, I guess. And it's just a nice little compact zone next to the exhibits, you know. Here's the more Nigersaurus and unfortunately a bunch of Ornithopod DNA that we'll basically never use. In this game you cannot sell fossils, unfortunately, even though we have $22 million, so not even worrying about it. Here are our nice little I always call these bumpies. I don't know about you, they're just bumpy, right? They have a bumpy head. It's really funny, actually. I have this I really like the dinosaur skins that are green, and I really like the green Nigersauruses. I think because I'm gonna make a couple more soon, we're gonna have some really green ones, but these are green also. The green with the yellow is like a childhood memory, I guess, unlocked, because all the dinosaurs were green and with an extremely yellow underside. Remember, if you are enjoying the episode, or if you are finding the whatever advice useful, then subscribe for more. We're gonna have at least 1 or 2 more episodes of this. I always pick up the quests. I just call contracts quests, I guess, which include photographing the dinosaurs. I got a bunch of quests for photographing Dimetrodons hunting, which was really annoying because these Dimetrodons don't actually require food, and that's gonna be a really funny scene soon that you'll see a Dimetrodon chasing goats, and just the goat is much faster than the Dimetrodon, guys. Here are our bumpies going finally into their exhibits, taking their sweetest time as dinosaurs normally do. We get a particularly bad storm every now and then, but not even worrying about it. Again, $22 million. even more. I'm not even sure if we're gonna break the $100 million barrier this episode, because I just spent hours designing a section that you'll see. We're gonna have an alpine boreal cold section in the park next to the Albertosauruses, and then down from there you'll see, I'm explaining this because I don't have much editing stuff. Whoever edited this video was an idiot. I just don't have enough time to talk about it later. We're gonna have the alpine stuff like at the top, you'll see. And then down there, there's gonna be like a desert area with Mediterranean and Malta expansion stuff for the Atrociraptors in the next episode. So that's gonna be really fun. Look at this Dimetrodon, just probably unfit as well, but chasing the goat. The goat is just faster. There's gonna be an even funnier scene that I recorded for you guys. I'm so glad I caught that. When a goat is right next to the Dimetrodon, they're on an island and they're going like around and around each other. But poor guy. And all of these Dimetrodons, you'll see in a sec, they... our friend Niels had a really useful comment on the last video where Dimetrodons, and like any dinosaur, if they have a too large exhibit, they can like die from starvation and thirst, because it's just like F's with their AI a little bit and they just can't deal with it. And here I'm just like, okay, it's on 15% HP, but you know what the problem is? It needs to drink. It already ate, it needs to drink. If I'm gonna shoot it, it's gonna panic, it's gonna restore health, but it's gonna panic and it's not gonna drink. So I'm like, should I gamble on it? And it's basically laying there dying. As I hovered over it, just said dying, so I have to shoot it basically. And then it's gonna drink in a minute after it stops panicking. So it's gonna be all fine. The only dinosaurs dying are from old age in this park, so I won't give them up. Let's take a ride on the zipline now that the bumpiers are there. Unfortunately, none of them are right here. They're all like stuck at the first part of the exhibit. By the end of the episode, they do actually go down the river, which is nice. I didn't record the zipline there, but maybe next episode I will. I was also thinking of naming the dinosaurs after my like subscribers and commenters. I'll definitely do that. I kind of forgot this episode, but look, the stupid viewing platform is like viewing them exactly right, but you cannot see anything. I don't know if I said this before, but the viewing platform should be like much closer. The viewing area should be much closer to the actual viewing platform than it is in the game. And yeah, half of our Dimetrodons are dying of hunger, so I'm just gonna remove the goat. Look at this. Poor guy. It's just finally caught it. And it's so stupid. It caught the goat. It's really hungry, guys. This Dimetrodon is dying of hunger. And oh, I'm just gonna go and eat from the meat, I guess. It's much better. It must be beef or something. I don't know if I like goat or I prefer beef. I probably prefer beef like everybody else. Let's go for the Troodons. And anyways, I'm way ahead of myself. I started designing the Dryosaurus exhibit. This is the only exhibit where we're gonna have the gyrospheres, because the Dryosaurus is pretty much the least threatening animal in the entire game. Some nice shots on this Dimetrodon that is afflicted with cryptosporiodosis. Nice pronunciation. I wanted to show you this part. It's kind of boring, but it's really satisfying. When I'm done with the exhibit pretty much, I'm just filling it in with ground fiber and ground leaf. Funnily enough, the Dryosauruses need forests. They lived in forests, but they don't actually need any forest. This is what I'm trying to say. So I have very minimal amounts of trees. I added a couple of nut trees because the exhibit looked weird without it, and it still looks a bit empty, especially the dirt path. So I've added lights around it. It's kind of like a guided tour, right? Well, it is a guided tour, but I added more lights. A lot of YouTubers like to add a bunch of rocks completely around all the jeeps and whatever, and it's so much effort, especially if you wanna redo it at some point and you need to delete everything. That's one thing I hate about this game is I spent 3 hours designing something and I really wanna move something and I need to delete everything I've done. And unpopular opinion, you're gonna hate me for this, but it's much better in park builders when you don't have free placement stuff. Here I'm putting the Jeep ride. There's gonna be a Troodon exhibit right there, and I'm designing the upper alpine area that I I told you about, right? But I cannot, for the love, the game doesn't let me increase the height of the area because there are buildings there. I really hate that actually. So I have to remove it first and then re-add the buildings. I really think you should just be able to, I don't know, increase the height of stuff. Look, it looks really nice. I did a quick jump cut here. I didn't actually record the process because it was so long. And we're not even done. There's gonna be the Troodon stuff, the Draycorax stuff is down there. I'm gonna add even more stuff. I wanted to delete the middle, like, path there to have like a nature area, but look, I'm only selecting paths, as you can see on the left hand side, but it's gonna delete everything, so I guess I'm just gonna leave it. I guess I just leave it. It's pretty much done. It's super over designed and it's kind of nice, to be honest. I really didn't want to do this much stuff anyways. I did alpine trees as well. We have alpine trees and other biome trees available because we have that option turned on PC, even though we are in the tropical, on a tropical map. It's kind of nice. It's not completely done. I want to change the lights. I decided to have the train over this area because I thought it would be really cool as a guest to look up and there's a train, instead of going around the Albertosaurus exhibit. Like, I removed it right here. It's gonna go over the guest area instead. But I'm thinking everything. I cannot tell you exactly, but I'm really particular about, like, at this point in the game, I really hate this and it fills me with anxiety, but everything needs to be meticulously designed and planned. Like, all of the dinosaurs, basically, after the first 3, need to be exactly planned, because if I'm gonna run out of space, it's gonna be really, really difficult to... You don't need much space, but it's really annoying when you do it. We got a quest to doing for incubating Troodons, so I'm just gonna do it for the money, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna make a couple of Draycoraxes, release the Draycoraxes to unlock the Dryosaurus, and then not release the Troodons. But you know exactly what I did, what mistake I did. Here's our park right now. Like I said, everything needs to be designed. Pretty much the rest of the park needs to be designed after the first 3 dinosaurs. I panic and I accidentally released the Troodons instead of the Draycoraxes, and now the Draycorax gate is open, and I didn't design anything about the Troodon exhibit. It's completely barren. Quickly close the gate and add some, I don't know, trees and water into the Troodon exhibit. It's completely barren. I'm gonna have a giant, like, park tour there because the Troodons are... remember, we have intelligent dinosaurs turned on, but Troodons cannot be intelligent, and the simple reason is it would be really overpowered because they just have really low security ratings. So intelligent dinosaurs break out all the time, but they have 20% higher appeal. So that's why they cannot be intelligent, so it doesn't really matter. It's just like, just have something, you know, in their exhibits. So they are comfortable, but I really messed this up. I didn't want to release them until the next episode. But anyways, now we just unlock Dryosaurus anyways. And of course, they also take their sweetest time going into their exhibits. And yeah, everything, I didn't want to design the higher, like, boreal area either, or the down. I haven't designed the Atrociraptor desert area either. Look, they're not even responding to the stupid sand whistle. Like, none of the animals are responding to it. I don't know why it's in the game even. I don't know how to use it, to be honest. Releasing the Draycoraxes. Now the Troodons are in their exhibit, by the way. I'm not just gonna sacrifice these guys to the Troodon gods. And finally, we have the Dryosauruses unlocked. To unlock the Dryosaurus, you needed 25 population, if I didn't say that before. So it was kind of difficult at the very beginning, because adding more Dimetrodons or more Draycoraxes than we already had just messes with the comfort level, because they live in small environments with not many, like, sand and trees and whatnot. But yeah, next episode is gonna be really easy because I spent way too much time designing the Albertosaurus area, and I'm gonna spend way too much time designing the Atrociraptor area. It just had to be done, because if I don't do it and I don't like it later, again, that's one of the most annoying things about this game, is it's really fast to remove everything, but then redesigning stuff is really a pain in the ass. I don't think I've ever did, like, a complete removal of, like, even just one dinosaur exhibit because I wasn't happy with it, because it's just such a pain in the ass to redo it. And what I wanted to say before, really controversial opinion, but I don't like how it's free place, like free to place anything in any angle, whatever. It should be like, I didn't have this opinion as a kid, but now that I've played different games, I really prefer like the Zoo Tycoon 2 of like, you can only play stuff like 4 directions and then diagonal, because it's so much easier and you can still design really pretty parks. In this game, I didn't show you the part, but I spent like 40 minutes snapping the different paths at the alpine area, because they just didn't want to snap the correct angle, and it was so annoying. We have a really nice like Dryosaurus exhibit with the guided tour. I guess I just left those guys there with the gyrosphere. Little trees. I also added a tent that I want to show you, so we're just gonna do a turnaround quickly. 3 trees, nice guided tour. It's kind of like an island around it, right? Because there's almost completely like water around and stuff. Again, like Dryosaurus, the least harmful dinosaur in the entire game, so it's the perfect dinosaur for a gyrosphere tour. With that being said, I'm also gonna do a jeep tour straight through the Troodon exhibit, but the Troodons again are like security 2 dinosaurs, security level 2 dinosaurs. Here's our park right now. The initial area you saw. Here's the Dracorex stuff from the last exhibit. Nice little hatchery stuff. The undesigned Troodon exhibit, of course. The over-designed, looks really nice though, alpine stuff for the Albertosaurus in the future. Albertosauruses, I should say. Oh, it's gonna look so nice going. I couldn't finish the track yet because there's the response facility over the track and it doesn't allow me to place it. Of course, the Dimetrodon stuff from the previous episode. I removed the paths behind it, guys. I actually did it because trains going through there. So now our shop rating and whatever restroom rating is not gonna tank that much because you decided to add the stupid viewing dome around an exhibit. And here's our entire park. Like and subscribe for more, and I shall see you in the next one. Maybe tomorrow or the next day, or the day after, I should say. Bye bye.